Okay. We are starting chapter 2 of my campaign, which is called Last Ditch Effort. You will eventually find out why it's called that. Perhaps you can figure it out earlier, perhaps not. Alright, let's get started. It looks like we have arrived. Wait, hold on. Story. So headless today. Okay, I got it. The difference between hope and despair is a different way of telling stories from the same facts. Welcome, settle down and relax. Remember, this is only a game. Depending on the choices you make, you may shape the story yourself. Keep in mind, there may be less favorable choices you can make, but I will not punish them unfairly. That being said, should you choose to jump off a mountain or do similar stupid things, it's your story and your decision. Try not to metagame. This means out of character discussions about what would be the best to do in this situation. Simply go with your gut feeling. Bonuses will be given to those who come up with interesting and fitting ideas. However, penalties may be given if you try very strange moves. As one door closes, another one will open. Where it leads shall be unknown. Work together. Remember, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And most of all, have fun. You may interrupt me at any point after for your questions, as long as your character is in the scene asking for further explanations. Or what else is there? Should the dice allow it? Should the dice allow it? Sorry, guys. I will not play my cards open. They are missable things. I also reserve the good old right as a DM to edit on the fly in any way I want to. Okay. Let's change the first scene already. We are going here. It's just another visual thing. It looks like the storybook already has a lot of stories written in it, of brave souls fighting for their freedom, vanquishing evil creatures in the shadows of great power. However, there are many blank pages that have yet to be written. How the story ends? Who knows? Will it be a tragic performance in theaters, or will bards sing about their glory? History is written by the winners after all. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Perhaps I should read you the first bit of the story before we worry about how it ends. It all began with a stone, a blue one, similar to a crystal. Yes, it was meant to be used in an ancient goblin ritual. The stone was meant to be delivered from a mountain from the faraway island Casperry, a beautiful yet wild land unexplored by the common races. It was a meeting of chance when this blue stone was carried by a goblin to a beach, which was used to initiate the ritual. A band of sailors arrived on this beach at just the right or wrong time. The goblin stood out like a sore thumb with his ritual garb and shining stone, which he held out before him, as tradition demands. After a short chase, the kobold was caught in the struggle. It was made clear how important the stone was to him. Yet he was unaware of the secret it held. He was just performing his part of the ritual, a coming-of-age ceremony, a journey all made before him. The sailors sensed great power in the stone, which none of them could figure out what to do with, due to their lack of magic knowledge. They knew the stone could fetch a large sum, perhaps the way out to a better life. Both the goblin as well as the stone were taken across the ocean, screaming all the way how they're not allowed to do this, how he needs to return the stone, which they stole from him, how his tribe would reward them if they were just brought back. The sailors told him they will return him and collect their reward on their way back. Well, the goblin was happy with this. The sailors never mentioned the stone would be returned with him. The sailors would eventually arrive at the city of Lardell, unaware the ship sent more waves than they were aware of. Highly magically gifted person sensed the arrival of something that felt out of the ordinary. Once docked, the sailors began to unload their cargo of clothes and tools, while someone watched carefully. He made sure every single crate was checked carefully. Yet he still felt a magical sensation and could not find its origin. The sailors knew this item could not be traded in bright daylight, but had connections to the local black market. So the entire day, nothing happened. Unaware they were still watched closely by someone who was curious about these items of theirs, they waited till nightfall. While their watcher was close to giving up, he finally noticed the magical sensation was moving. Following them from the shadows, eventually seeing one of the sailors trying to sell a blue stone to a person dressed in black clothes. "I will pay you double," he screamed. While the sailor was shocked and looked at who was screaming, the person in black clothes was long gone. With a little hesitation, the sailor showed him the stone and told him he wanted 10 platinum pieces for it. Moments later, the person with no hesitation handed him the coins and took the stone. As the sailor returned to his ship, the mage would return to his laboratory. Next morning, while the sailors were loading their ships with the unsold items as well as the items they purchased, they were surprised and arrested by the local guards for trading prohibited and dangerous items. The entire ship was seized. As the guards searched the ship, they found the goblin who was chained to the last room of the ship, asking if they now sailed back to return him and his stone. The guard brought all of them in front of the court, which was led by the spiritual leader of Lardil, the Archbishop. The sailor would recognize him as the person who bought the stone so willingly from him. A lot of things happened, a lot of time passed. Very little is known what happened to the sailors. We do know the stone was never returned, however. Fascinated with the stone and the potential, the Archbishop realized he could create a beautiful empire and spread peace, keeping everyone in Lardil safe. He just needed more of these stones. At first, guards were sent to the island, but it was not feasible to search such a large island with only a few guards. A brilliant idea crossed his mind. The savages in the nearby forest could be used to help look for stones, and thus started the beginning of a dark path that would lead to a conflict that could be felt across the land. Lardil declared holy war on the elves of the Pine Forest, which they called the Green Sanctuary. The forest was drenched in blood and their altar destroyed, many killed, more were taken prisoners. Having the prisoners to search for more stones, the Archbishop faced the problem of requiring motivation. The black market in Lardil was quick to offer a very expensive yet working solution, a collar that could be used to force anyone their will on top. A prison camp was established on the Casberry Island called Point 1, and soon the first stones would be delivered to Lardil. The mountain on Casberry was the source of them. As the Archbishop finally received his first stones, he began to wonder how they could be used. And this is where I'll close this chapter. There are more stories to tell, and I wouldn't want to spoil any surprises. Okay, hold on. Okay. It looks like we arrived on the last page that was written. Let's see. Word quickly spread after the Casberry Island incident. This is what you guys did in chapter 1, which meant that the excavation of blue stones was halted, and while no one had information of their real potential, they at least were aware of the danger they could cause. Funded by the Kingdom of Zalvara, on the other side of the continent, a plan was put into motion. An all-out attack would prove to be a suicide mission, or at least a huge bloodfest, but a small operation could manage to find a way to either assassinate the Archbishop or find any other way to stop this madness. In order to find a location to host this operation, the underground organization Dark Fist offered a place unknown to the creep of power, at the exchange of gaining any and all gold in the treasury of Lardil, should the operation succeed. Out of options, the Council of Zalvara agreed to the suggested deal. The Dark Fist provided the location of an inn that was shrouded by a spell. The inn, Hawk's Dream, which was more of an operations center or the Dark Fist rather than a real inn. While this location is indeed great, one should not forget what it really is. A place of assassins, thieves, smugglers, and all sorts of scoundrels. The Dark Fist has influence in all major cities and plays no favorites except for the fact they always come out on top. Elite soldiers from Salvara, survivors from the nearby raided towns, and anyone else capable of fighting have gathered here in these cold, late autumn months to make a last-ditch effort. I fumbled that a bit, I'm sorry guys.
Oh, it's fine.
That's
That's
all
great.
right.
Yeah, that's great, bro.
It could have been greater.
Come on.
Everything can always be great with videos.
You guys may place yourself on the map, and then we will go through the players. It doesn't matter where you are right now. You can be clustered, you can be on your own, you can be somewhere.
With markets, are these like stalls then over here?
So it's obviously a backdrop of a map that I have not drawn. Only important pieces are where I've written something. The rest is just visualization, basically.
Okay.
Okay, we have 4 people, 5. I think we're missing 1.
Me.
Oh, there we go. All right. This is where I hand the ball over to you guys. You guys may explain how you got here, why you're here, who you are. Yeah. Who would like to start? All right. We know the drill. No one wants to be the first. Do you want to roll for it? Okay.
Nah, I'll take the bullet.
We'll be second.
Dorgint. Dorgint is a paladin. He came from the empire that we are trying to oppose from the city.
Okay.
He was a paladin in service of one of the higher nobles there, but his master got betrayed, and now Dorgint is seeking for some kind of vengeance against the other people who did it. And
How did... Okay, go on. Sorry.
And to be fair, he does not have any place to go at the moment, so he just like ended up with other people, just like somehow ended up here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like it. Who would like to go next?
Okay, me raise hands.
Okay.
Sure, let's go.
The squishy one with 30 HP. Let's go.
Yes. So, it's 2 of us here. So I guess we will try to, because we just got to this wonderful camp, I will turn to my partner.
Yes,
and
hi.
I will. Aren't you mute?
I am. That was me talking.
So I will sign. So for context, for roleplay context, of course. So you guys know why am I doing this? So I will sign. It's like, why were you going? Why did you get? Why are we here again?
I sign back with. I came here because I got some information that they can help me with my muteness. Mute thingy, yes. So I'm trying to figure things out, and I'm also doing some other personal stuff. And she smiles.
Personal stuff, okay. Points at the weapon that you are wearing. Obviously.
It's my walking stick.
Ah, yes. Yeah. A monk in the middle of the world. Great. Amazing. Well, I just clean my robes, and I'm like, well, I'm sure no one will mind us getting into here, right? Well, it's we are absolutely blending in. An elf with a cat that is mute. I'm sure no one will mind us. And I just hide my daggers slightly in my clothing. I'm like, yeah, let's get over. Let's get in with it. I'm sure this will get just great.
Yes, so let's go already. And she drags you.
Oh,
All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Spirit has been here for quite a while. Used to live in the forest about 15 miles from here. He's quite an old one, from an old war left over, only recently coming back into society. And it so happened to be that the resistance leader is a great-great-grandson of his old maker, essentially. And so now he has come to this camp in searching for a new purpose, which he has found in, for now, bounty hunting. With this, he's mostly been helping around the camp and keeping guard, mostly, for the resistance.
Mm-hmm. All right. We have 2 left.
All right. Smokey came from a culinary guild. Growing up, he found out he was magically gifted in the arts, but he had no idea how to control it, so he sort of pushed that aside for as he approached his culinary guild. Eventually, he joined the resistance as he heard word of people being captured and enslaved and all that good stuff, and with it, well, good stuff relatively. It's kind of bad, but depending on how you see it. But anyway, as that stuff was coming closer and closer to where he lived, he decided to join the resistance and join as a camp provisioner with a little bit of help with the magic here and there. He can use a little bit of what he can, but tends to stay in camp and defend, hold the fort, so to speak. So yeah.
And me.
All right.
Woohoo. Laren, his name. He's a half-elf, but he's not your regular half-elf because he has quite dark skin, so it's pretty obvious that he is of Drow heritage. His family was victims of this ongoing conflict. So he has been by himself since he was a kid, and through his loneliness found out he had some magical abilities that he could use to his benefit, and being poor and alone, I guess, heard talk around the places from that there was a resistance. Is that correct? And heard talk about gold, which is his main motivation. So he came to use his abilities to gain coin in whatever way he could. And that's the reason he's here now.
Is probably coin to begin, yes, indeed. All right, so since everyone but 2 actually were already in the camp, let's jump over to Echo and Zari. As you approach the camp, you're stopped by 2 guards, and they look at you and they're like, "What do you want here?"
I take out the paper, write on it, and it shows I've come to enlist to join the resistance.
Ah, more meat for the grinder. No, don't say that. And the other guard, indeed, they look at you. Fine, we're going to need your names, so we can put you on the lists. Will you give them your names?
I write down on the paper again, Zari.
Okay, and then they look over to Echo, and what about you?
My Thompson. And I just look in Zari's direction like, fucking give me away, I'll murder you.
So what name will you give them?
Thompson. The
Thompson,
very famous
okay.
Thompson.
Alright, you give them a fake name. Alright, and they indeed let you in. And
Zari looks at you very weirdly like, huh? Okay.
It's my middle name. You didn't ask, okay?
Echo
Okay.
Thompson.
Yes.
Echo Thompson.
Yes,
Echoes
exactly.
well together. All right. A little bit of time passes, and you eventually hear a sharp yell ring to the camp. Everyone over to the main tent. It's time. And we'll be jumping a scene again. And we will also change music. Let's see if anyone recognizes any of the songs I have. Alright. Welcome, adventurers. I know it is not the best of times, but we have gathered here to make a change. We are going to put you into smaller teams to make organization easier. Check the board over there to see in which group you are. You are put into these teams for a reason. It's not negotiable, and you guys better make it work. So bad today. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh wow.
They're going to put you into teams. Actually, let me read that again. I swear to God, I'm so bad today.
Do we get to choose our friends?
No. We are going to put you into smaller teams to make organization easier. Check the board over there to see who is in your group. You're put into these teams for a reason. It is not negotiable to change teams, so you better make it work out. To everyone new here, we cannot expand the camp further at this point. We are hitting capacity. We asked if we can use the inn to house the remaining troops and got confirmation to do so. We are going to hand out missions tomorrow morning. Be on time. Dismissed. So, what will you do?
Let's check the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the board as well.
Yeah,
That is already ahead of you.
And indeed, the six of you who would have guessed are all put on the same team. Actually, there's only 5 names there because Spirits is missing. And eventually, after you see that everyone has 6 members, you're, however, missing a 6th member. You see that one of the chiefs is coming over and approaches the group of 5. Spirit missing. And Spirit next to him on the side, he talks to you and says, "We decided to give this Warforged here. We want him to be on your team. You guys were missing a person, and we decided Spirit over here could be a good ally for you. So that's that."
How very gracious.
Zari immediately checks out the Warforged very closely.
Oh boy.
Invading the personal space.
Personal space is invaded. A large beetle crawls from his arm to you.
Oh god. I forgot about that, right?
Yeah. Dorgan just looks at the insect mass and is like, those things are very expensive.
I try to pet the beetle.
Oh god, Lord.
No, stop it! Not already!
I will politely drag Zari away. It's like, you shouldn't touch other people's insects without asking first. It's not
That's
polite.
cool though.
She signs fine. Looking sad.
At this point, Spirit looks at Echo, I think. No?
Well, technically it's Thompson.
Yeah, your name is
Thompson.
listed as Thompson, yes.
Thompson, okay. Echo looks at Thompson. Why worry? It won't harm you, but I have many more. And then he, opens up his cloak and it's just an absolute swarm of insects.
Great.
Smokey shudders and sort of backs away a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, nice to meet you,
Zari also backs away at this moment.
I thought you just had the one in there, but oh man.
Don't be afraid, they won't harm you.
Dorgan will
okay.
ignore the bugs, even though he hates them, and he will just extend a hand very carefully to greet the Warfort. Nice to meet you.
He extends his hand and keeps the insect back and just shakes it.
Zari just waves awkwardly.
He does in kind in a very jagged motion.
While everyone else is repulsed by the insects, Laren is not phased at all.
You want to eat one?
No, God,
No.
please, no.
I mean, he probably has eaten a bug or two in his life, but
Very good.
you make do with what you have.
You guys
That's
have eaten worse before, yes. Especially in other campaigns at times.
Oh man.
Something about a kobold.
Indeed.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, well, technically speaking, we don't know who is who. So, like, do we? I guess we do a check, like we call each other by name and like shake hands, I presume. Because
This is
otherwise,
true.
we would just assume that we are in the same team. Because like, yeah, you look like Azari, you look like a spirit. Yeah, that's your name, right?
You see that there is basically posts put up with numbers, and you see that you are in team 34, and the 5 of you plus spirit gather at that post. Yeah,
Okay.
you are in rule 34. Yes.
Oh god.
Great.
Nice.
I guess formalities are in order. My name is Smokey. Pleasure to meet you all.
Like fire.
Yeah. Well, used to the kitchen, so fire's always been good.
They don't like fire.
I'll keep it away from you then.
Keep in mind.
Well.
Yes.
I'm Dorgint, I'm a paladin, so if you have any questions, you can come.
All right.
I'm going to eye very carefully the paladin, like, boy, oh boy. Wait, I forgot, what is my name again?
Echo.
Thompson.
Let me write that down, because I'm going to ask this. So, and I kind of like do a small bow to everyone, like, not really a bow, but like I will bend my head to the silence, like, I'm Thompson, nice to meet you. And I'm very small compared to all of you, I feel like, height-wise. So I'm going to be very awkward in the middle of this group.
How tall is Thompson, may I ask?
I think it's like 140, 150, something like that.
Oh yeah, you're small.
Yeah, it's very small. He's very small.
I pat your shoulder like, can you introduce me?
Oh, right. And this is my travel friend, Zeri. She is
Zari.
mute. Zari, sorry, my bad. I don't know. She's mute, but she does compensate with her personality, and
Oh, boy.
she.
Ah. I
Yes.
thought she was just a little bit shy,
she just smiles.
What's a
everyone.
mute?
She cannot speak. Like, like, just can't. I guess.
Yeah, they ain't got
Speaking
a.
is quite complex.
Yeah.
But
But she can
You-
write on pieces of paper, and she can sign if you know how to sign.
Mm.
Laren looks at Sari and goes, "But you can hear."
I found out my cat ears. Huh?
Oh my god, we just started.
Okay, Dorgint will. Can I roll for a botched attempt at sign language? Dog?
I
Okay,
can-
yeah, roll. Roll me a flat d20. You awkwardly wave your hand in front of Zari, and you try to basically make a thumbs up, and that's what it comes down to. Zari understands it, but is absolutely probably not impressed, at least.
At least you tried.
It was a worthy attempt. Yeah.
Spirit just moves a bunch of ants to form high on the ground.
Cute.
Oh my god.
Well, anyways, I'm Laren. I'm more of a backline teleport here to aid with stuff.
You're kind. I have not seen.
Can I do a check on him to guess his intentions, like to see if he's like going for, I don't know, if he knows the trade, like the pokey poking murder trade.
Any insight?
What would I roll for that?
Insight.
Inside. Okay, just 1 second. Wait.
Okay. Do you want to hide it at all?
Absolutely. I will.
No, not
Wow.
you, Kid.
He's not an assassin, but you can very clearly see that on his belt he has 2 daggers.
All right.
Okay.
So you don't try
gotcha.
to hide it even. Okay.
No.
Then you don't need to roll. Then it succeeds.
Okay. I will just mind my own business.
Zari writes down on a piece of paper. So what do we even do here? And shows it to everyone.
Usually we wait for orders on what to do, but just been mending and taking care of the camp. We sometimes get attacked, but this is rarely, you know.
I was ordered to help you.
She looks shocked at you mentioning that this camp gets attacked.
Picking up on the little bit of worry. Don't worry about it. It's once in a blue moon, literally. The gods here are more than enough to fight them back.
But they attack every day.
You know, I just say that
Lord,
part.
let's go. You're hidden, Jackson.
Let's go.
Nice.
You're currently not known by the Empire. That's why you even have established to be here. Otherwise, you would have been overrun already. Don't worry about it.
Wait, this is just a question for DM. Are we in the Pine Forest, the Green Sanctuary?
No, you are in the Hawk Stream. The pine thingy is nearby, though.
Hog Stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
It will
That's right.
all be unveiled soon enough. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Ooh.
She scribbles down on a piece of paper again. Let's go all to the tavern.
Oh,
Okay.
isn't it a bit early to drink?
It's not quite, which puts me on my next mark. I'm gonna put you back on the map. It's currently afternoon, around 5 p.m. on this lovely autumn day, and you may still have time to visit a single location today. What would you like to do? Would you like to split up or explore with your new group? And like we always do, put yourself next to a key point, which is anything with a name on it. And once everyone has done that, we will go over them.
I will just follow. I will just follow my
Dargin,
cat.
Dargin will go for ale.
Ale it is.
My man.
Spirit just follows the closest person, which is Dorgind.
Someone goes to the markets.
Wait, is Spirit allowed in the inn, by the way, with all insects?
He's well known enough in the camp. A lot of people give him a bit more distance or give him like a little bit of a shady eye, but he's allowed everywhere.
Okay.
Laren, before shooting off to the markets, he just said, I have a few stuff I need to get rid of.
Oh
but-
shit! Actually, same. No, I ditch Zari without her seeing me. And I run.
I think
And
Zari doesn't even realize. She's just happy to go into an inn.
Perfect. All right, let me check something. Yeah, that is good.
And he also
Then- Mhm.
yeah, Larian, like he says that he has some stuff he needs to get rid of because he has no use of it,
Mhm.
and will meet everyone back at the inn since they're a team now.
Okay, then let's start with the market.
Oh, I still have a bottle of cheap wine. Oh,
What the fuck is ball bearing?
It's
you
like a little
have
ball, and you have thousands of it, don't you? Yeah.
Play around with.
What the fuck did I doing, Marla?
They're like tiny metal balls that you throw on the floor so
Yeah,
people trip
like
over them.
marbles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for explaining. I obviously knew.
Alright, you can place yourself on a map. You're on the market. And then we'll go over it. This one doesn't have vision, right? You can see everything.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I have to click on my-
A few market stalls are displayed. Perhaps you can find what you're looking for. As you look around, you see 2 large merchants. Those of you that understand the thieves' cant also realize that there's a third. Besides that, you see a no, we don't do that one yet. What would you like to do?
You guys go first.
Yeah, so Larin, on his way to the camp a couple of days ago, I guess, came over what looked to be a decent enough iron pot and a sword, but he's not trained in using swords or making foods. So, he like goes to, or like looks for the metal worker, so weaponsmith or someone who deals with metal.
You probably would go to Glad's Bits and Ends for that, yes.
Yeah, and as he
I'll follow.
as he comes over, he like starts to go through his like he takes out a short sword, and it's worth 10 gold, and then he puts the iron pot 2, which is worth 2 gold. And like, any interest in these, he asks the salesperson, I guess.
Yeah, indeed. You come to a large market stall. Numerous things are spread on the table. Behind the table, there's plenty more things. Some are even stored in chests. The items you can see have a small paper stuck to them with a number. The merchant seems to be extremely stressed, however. He looks at you as like, oh my god, more crap? Sure, how much do you want for this?
12 gold pieces altogether.
I chime in and it's like,
You want a normal price? You just want a normal price?
I mean, if you want to pay more, you're more than happy to, but
You're not threatening anything. That's fine.
Glad looks at you and says 12, fine, at least no haggling, and he throws you the 12 coins.
and I put it on the counter, and then he just takes a step back because straight to the point. He's done.
Alright, not buying anything, I see. Thank you. What about you, Blondie?
And I smile like I will just take out of my bag a lantern and a dagger, and I'm like, because I'm quite small, I presume I would look very weird in the bank. And I'm like, I want to sell this too, and I can see what you have.
What's their value?
I have a lantern which is made out of great craftsmanship. It's worth 10 gold, I can assure you of that. And then I have a dagger. I think it's like 1 or 2 golds.
Should be 2. So 12 gold. Okay.
Yeah.
How much do you want for it?
I'm an honest person. I just want 12. Who do I think I am? Don't you see? I'm.
No, that's
Wait,
fine.
what?
If you don't want more, you don't have to haggle. At which point,
No.
you see Glad look at it and it's like, yeah, I guess I get a bit more than 12 for it. Here, be off with it. And he shoves you the coins and then, frustrated, goes back to his stall.
But what do you have to sell, kind sir? And I just like lean over to see what he has to
Selling
sell.
things, buying things. That sounds a lot better. Let me show you what I have. And then we are going to show this to everyone.
Ooh, a whip? Hell yeah.
Whoosh. You get a flail, dude. Oh my god.
I'm very tempted, yeah.
Frida, bring me my flail.
Between the flail and the whip, I'm very tempted right here.
Do you think you can handle a great axe?
I don't think so.
Remember, certain weapons require knowledge with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably going to crush me first of all.
I see.
Wait, do
Like
you
there's knowledge in martial weapons, for example. If you don't have it and you buy it, then you will roll with disadvantage.
I think that...
Oh, okay.
What does a backpack give me, actually?
It's just fluff. There's a bit of fluff in there in case
Okay.
you come up with a
Okay.
scenario in which your backpack breaks and you could get a
Gotcha,
new
gotcha.
one. It's just fluff. There's a bit of fluff in here. There's like a magic book, I think. It's fluff. That is on the other one, I think.
Tools to make coffee and tea. Will that include the mugs also, and like the tea bags? Well, I presume you don't have tea bags.
It will at least be enough to drink it. Probably not to bottle it. If you ever come across the idea. Yeah.
But like, would it be? It's like this is me asking the shoppers. Like, is this quality tea? And like, is it just how much is it? Can I use it more than once?
The tools, they're stainless steel, of course. They will not rust. You can probably reuse them unless you break them or try to do some stupid things with them.
Like, could I use them to, create a concussion if I hit someone with it? Do you think it's good enough?
He looks
like
a bit
side-eye,
shocked. You can give someone a concussion with a great many things, even a stone from the floor, which is much cheaper than a tool set.
Well, yeah, but you never know. You have to do it with, Well, I think I will fit it.
He looks at your arms and says, I'm not sure you can give anyone a concussion, though.
I will take it.
And he hands it over to you, and you may deduct 10 gold pieces.
Yes, thank you. And I'm happily just looking at my mugs and just join the others.
Comes indeed with 6 mugs, so everyone can drink.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Pretty good purchase, if I do say.
Anyone else wants to?
Sorry to talk. Did you tell me that you were a cook? Do we know that you're a cook?
I mean, yeah.
I don't
would say
remember
so.
if you introduced yourself, if you mentioned this.
I was
but
the
now-
camp provisioner, so yeah, I'd probably fall down into that category.
And I will just come to you and like show you the bags of like, see, we can make tea and coffee now.
This is pretty good stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Give the nod of approval to sorry, Thompson. I keep
Yes.
I'm going to say Echo, but
my goodness.
yeah. And I'll
I will lean close to you. It's like, I will tell you a secret. Thompson is my middle name, but you can call me Echo. But just do it when it's like.
okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Do I also hear this?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, Lord, that's a lot of ribs. Thank you.
Oh, got some rips, let's go.
Yeah.
Not mine,
Right.
guys. I'm still alive.
Sorry, I just got given a huge plate of ribs, so that was a
Stop
distraction.
making us jealous, please.
Sorry,
Okay.
wait. Yeah.
Laren
I'll give
and
the nod of-
Smokey, do you still want to do stuff? Yeah, nod of approval.
Yeah. I'm gonna be turning to the shopkeeper, complimenting on the good produce that he just sold, and I'll also be like, how you doing? I have these 2 scrolls here. Do you know anyone who's knowledgeable in this sort of section? And it'll be
what
the Scroll of Command
scrolls?
and Scroll of False Life.
He goes over them, he runs his finger over the parchment, and he can clearly feel the magic in this. He looks at you and says, it's not the greatest magic scroll, I can tell you that much. That might be grade 1. I can give you 5 gold pieces or you try your luck over at the potion seller.
Potion guy over there?
Potion guy over there? And he
Yeah.
indeed shows you the other guy.
Alright. I'll be back in back in a bit. Just gonna go check.
Yeah.
I'll hop over.
I will just
And-
wave you.
As you
kiddo.
arrive over there, you see a woman bored out of her mind, basically. And as she sees you, she's like, whoa, customer. We here at Potions and Books have all sorts of things.
What things do you have?
And she,
Let's have a look-see.
with a big smile, she shows you a list.
I see. Ooh. That herbalism kit there. How much is that?
Hold on, where is it listed? Herbalism kit.
It's
My
5
blind.
gold on the.
She looks at the number. It goes for 5.
And you got the notes I see here as well.
Absolutely, comes with it.
Tell
Well,
you
not
what.
comes with it, but they're required basically.
Yeah, 2 in 1. I get you. Tell you what. How much do you think these are? Just wondering for a friend, and I'll give both scrolls over.
She looks at them and she can identify them. She's not too impressed by them.
Yeah.
She sees that they're level 1 scrolls. And she's like, it's not that great. How does 15 gold pieces in total sound?
That sounds pretty good. Tell you what, it'll be the 5 gold pieces if we do the notes and the herbalism kit with it. Does that sound alright?
Perfect. That sounds like
Yeah.
a great deal. And then
Yeah.
we unlock for you.
Okay, let me just take those off my inventory.
Am I blinding? Oh yeah, Bob. Yeah. Not Smoky. Yeah. And I unlocked for you a note. You
Sweet.
should see it below the player in the list. It's the herbalist notes.
Yep, thank you. Pleasure doing business, ma'am. I hope to see you again.
Yeah, sure. Hope you survive.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm a good runaway, and I'll give her a wave as I as I walk back. All right.
Laren, do you have anything left to do here?
No. He like as Smokey was doing his business, Laren just standing there like eyeing Echo up and down, like.
and I will turn around. I just smile at him. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
That's all you hear. You're just like.
It's like.
You two give odd energy for soldiers. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, I'm an adventurer of sorts.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah,
You
I'm
too?
looking for someone actually. So yeah,
Oh, really?
Well,
yeah. My sister, she went somewhere. I'm just not sure where.
Oh.
Right. And with that, we are going to the other group. The other group can already place themselves. The rest will arrive a little bit later. So if you weren't on this scene, you can already place yourself. And then we'll go over what you see.
Where's the entrance?
The entrance is by the exit.
Damn.
That's the fireplace.
You are welcome.
Wait.
But we are going to change the music.
you can't enter, only exit.
Yeah, only exit. Alright. When you arrive at the so-called inn, Hogstream, the first thing you notice is the almost sickly sweet wafting through the air. Smells wafting through the air. Some of you may not quite be able to place the smell. However, those of you who are having connections with the Dark Fist, well, actually that's none of you, so we're not sharing that secret.
Let's go.
It looks like
people are away.
there's... I mean, none of you took the hook for starting over as an assassin in the organization. Alright. It looks like there's already a whole lot of people drinking. Laughter and singing can be heard through the main hall. The waitresses dance with astonishing speed between the tables, serving them all sorts of drinks and food. Some of it just speed by you, and by the looks and smell, they have some really great things. A massive orc stands behind the bar, serving drinks, handing it to the waitresses. The food seems to be made behind the bar, however. Everything seems somewhat chaotic, yet done with high precision, like a twisted clockwork system. And while you still contemplate what you just walked into, a female voice addresses you from the side. New here? Do you need any help?
Table for 3, please. And some ale for the lads. ale
Perfect.
glass.
And she indeed shows you to the table. Welcome to the Hawk stream. Don't pat the cat. Don't fuck with the hawk. Keep the fingers to yourself. You will have a blast. She then hands you the small menu that details the services of the inn, and it shall show you.
Amazing.
I mean, this cat will eat me.
It's just a
The
cat.
large cat.
It is a normal sized cat. You got. It's just a problem that I can say it's a drawing. Hold on.
That's a boy right there.
Oh,
Absolute unit.
Oh, he's
There
shrunk.
you go. There we go.
Oh no, he's small. Cute.
Right.
Now we have to pet him.
A bellowing meow on the other side of the table.
The cat knows enlarged reduce.
By the way, correct? We cannot see the whole inn, or is that?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
You just see what you see.
Spirit walks to the table that was designated for them.
Yeah, I'll move you guys. There you go.
And as the food arrives, he kind of just looks at it questioningly.
Well, I only ordered ale for now, so
Oh, well, drink then.
it's on my tab, by the way. So
Yeah.
enjoy. Also,
nice.
I look over at Zadi. Zadi is like, Zadi, wasn't there someone with you?
She just starts to look around. Huh? Where did... She starts panicking a little bit. And
I
then she
think-
inevitably she just shrugs. And she signs, they're gone. But she then realizes that you have no idea what she said. Write it on paper. I have no idea where they are.
I don't know where Thompson is.
It's fine. Sir, Sir. Okay, how do I? Okay, Sir Spirit. Storgus says that with a bit of like, how do you say that? Correcting himself. Do you even drink ale?
I do not, but they do. And then,
Bugs.
yes, a centipede would call on his arm and start
Oh.
sipping
Oh my
on the ale.
god!
Lovely, lovely. The more the merrier.
Several of them, in fact.
Dorgan just burst out in laughter when he sees a centipede drinking ale.
Zali tries to listen for any songs.
Songs. A song. Let me think.
I can roll perception.
Maybe
You
before.
indeed hear some song. There's a bard, and it's more like a telling of a story. You hear of adventurers that set out to find some hidden treasure or adventure. Among them is a dog and two humans.
Huh?
Yeah, baby.
Nice. I write it down into my notebook.
Wait, what was among them?
A dog and two humans. That was what you guys were, right?
Oh,
Was it two humans? Let me think.
No,
No, it was a half elf.
A half
orc.
elf, sorry. Okay, the
Two-
three of
no.
you, yes.
Yeah, three.
Half
three
elf, a
humanoid.
half orc, and a human. Yes, there
Yeah,
we go.
and a dog.
And a dog.
Amazing.
Have to pull that out of my arse.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
So yeah, Zali writes it down and she looks quite happy to hear it.
Are we at the tavern yet? You can arrive too now. Yes, sure.
How slow are we?
I mean, this happened at the same time as we were
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the.
I will move forward and try to look for my friend that I have abandoned.
In any case, Dorgan will say, well, a toast to our new companions and to the adventure ahead. And he will like lift up his keg.
Spirit does so as well, but accidentally flings it against your glass a little too hard.
Zari will do that as well, but she never had an nail, so this is the first.
Wait, you had a nail, I ordered for everyone.
Yeah, but she never had one.
Oh. Wait, is this legal?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Everyone here is over 18. That is a character rule.
What do you
Okay.
mean legal? I am 125.
The average is at least very high.
Okay, and Dorgan just takes a huge chug from the ale.
Zari tries to drink the ale. See how it tastes.
I'll just
when-
eyeball that. Be like, oh my god. I'm not stopping you, so.
That smells good.
As Spirit is still quote unquote consuming the ale, once Echo walks past, he offers the ale.
Chill on a bench cautiously next to Spirit. Making sure to not ignite anything.
Careful of the bus.
Yeah. I don't wanna spook the bugs, so.
As he presents the ale to Echo, the centipede is still slurping on it.
Oh my god! Ugh, it's like,
Do you want some?
no, actually, I don't like drinking, but thank you. You can offer it to Laren over there. I'm sure he will love it. He looks like the type of dude that will love it, right?
Larry, like, kind of scoots over, so he looks past Smokey to Spirit. Like, I'll take it.
Oh,
Spirit
please.
just retreats the centipede and offers a half drunken ale to Laren.
with a bit of
Half
centipede.
drunk
No.
by this centipede. What kind of centipede managed to drink half an ale?
That dude is wasted, bro.
It's a big fucking centipede, alright?
It's more ale than centipede.
There was several drinking on it.
Alright, it was several.
Yeah.
3 of the bugs are now alcoholics.
Yeah, Laren takes the ale and like drinks it like there's no problem with it, as he like
Damn.
makes uncomfortably long eye contact with Echo. But he's not flinching when he's drinking it. It just tastes like regular ale.
There's nothing weird about it. It just drank from.
There's no bug piss in it.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure they wash their hands before drinking, so it's okay.
Well, fun fact: the centipedes do have a chute for waste disposal, but it's at the back.
Oh my god.
Great. Thank you for bug facts.
I have plenty more. I've looked up a lot.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Here
god.
we go. Do we hear the loud patrons?
You hear two people basically yelling, "It's impossible, doesn't work." And then the last person chimes in, "I told you, it's not that difficult. I'm sure everyone could solve it."
I look at Echo. Did you hear that? As I sign.
It's, unfortunately, I did, and I pretend that I didn't. I tried to look in a different direction. Why?
Perfect. I drag Echo with me.
Ah. I could
Alright,
get
alright.
right. Okay.
They look at you and you see that on the table is a board with 9 fields, and they have 45 gold pieces that they're basically trying to stack up in a way.
What seems to be the problem? She shows on a paper.
The first one looks at you and then looks over to the second one. Hey, can you read? And the second one's like, yeah, sure. And he looks at it. And, you see, we're playing games here every now and then. And right now we have a bit of a problem. We have a bit of a riddle here by our friend. And you see the last one take up a beer and chuckle while he drinks it. They're just too stupid. They will never get it. Shut up! You see before you a board, and we're jumping seated.